Hi, this is Dave, and welcome to a junior edition of To the Table. And momentarily, I'm going to be joined at the table by my niece and nephew, and we are going to be teaching you Ghost Blaster from Haba Games. This is a cooperative memory game about hunting ghosts for 1 to 4 players. Let's take a look at the game, and we'll play it for you. I'll come back and I'll share a few thoughts. Okay, we are ready to play Ghost Blaster. And we have the game set up. The first thing that we did was taken the Castle Dora card. We set it in one of the corners for how we're going to lay out the game. We put all of our adventurers over there. And then we take the other 3 dungeon cards and we place them in the corners of the game board. The rest of the tiles, they're either going to be ghosts or keyholes. We have shuffled them up and we have placed them randomly to make up the game board. We also have our goo missile tokens off to the side, and we have this clock that we're going to use to keep track of our time. And if we go all the way around and it goes back to 12 and we don't capture all of the ghosts, we're going to lose the game. So this is a cooperative memory game. And the last thing that we have is we have a die that's going to be used during the game. And so the numbers on here, we have 1, 2, 3s, and then we also have this particular face right here, which will advance the clock. So what's going to happen is on our turn, we're going to roll the die. Christopher, you can go ahead and go first and roll the die, and so we see what it is. Make sure you put it out here so we see what it is. It is a 2. So on our turn, what we're going to do is move one of the adventurers 2 spaces. And then whatever space they land on, we're going to turn over the tile and reveal it. And so we have a ghost that's on there, and I'm going to zoom in so that you can see. And so this is a lady ghost. And what we're trying to do is end our turn with our adventurers on the same type of ghost, all 3 of them, in order to capture them. So we're going to have to remember that, because if we move off the space, then it's going to flip back over. So it's going to be my turn. I'm going to roll the die. And I have a 1. And so I'm going to take this yellow one, move this over here. Let's see what we have. Oh, we have a lady witch too. So we already have 2 of our adventurers on the same type of witch. So hopefully we'll catch her. So when we roll the die, we have to move that number of spaces. So we have a 2 there. So Kaylee, you're going to move that one. Let's see what we have underneath there.
A kid.
We have a kid witch. Okay, or a kid ghost. So we'll flip this around this way so we can see. So this is a different type of ghost than this type of ghost here. So we want to make sure that we're on the same type. Okay, Chris, your turn. Okay. So you rolled a 2 also?
A 2 again.
Okay, so that one's going to flip back over. And it's a same type of ghost that we had before. So we have to remember now where these ghosts are. So we kind of know where some of them are. We just have to remember. So now on our turn, I rolled a 1. And let's see if we go this way, what happens. So that's going to flip back over, and this one's going to flip. And now we have like this old man ghost. So far we haven't had the clock advance, which is okay. We rolled a 1. So we have, okay, so what we've done is we've captured now the lady ghost. So we're going to take 3 goo missiles and put them on those tiles. So we have captured this particular ghost, and so now, as long as there's a goo missile on there, or a player, these tiles will never get flipped over. So we already know what those ones are. Okay, Chris, your turn.
Okay.
So you rolled a 1. Let's see what we have here.
A kid.
Oh, good.
I know where all of them are.
All right, so we know where that kind of ghost is. And I rolled a 1. And if I recall, it was here that has that type of ghost. Okay?
2.
You have a 2.
1, 2. We got
All right,
him.
so we've got him too. All right. So we've captured 2 ghosts now.
I think there's another set of each ghost.
Okay,
There's
Chris,
a-
go ahead and roll. It's your turn. There's a 1.
1. Yep.
It's another
there's
lady
2
ghost.
sets.
Okay. So far we've avoided a lot of trouble. We haven't gone to the dungeon yet. There's a 1. Let's go this way. Let's see what happens. Ooh,
Grandpa.
Grandpa ghost. All right, Kaylee, your turn. A 1.
Ooh, another
Grandpa
one.
ghost.
Chris move the blue one. 2.
2.
1, 2.
Looks like we caught that one too.
And I knew there was still more Grandpa Ghosts.
Okay,
This
we're
way I
getting that
know.
one. Okay, let's see what happens. I have a 3. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 to move this one. Oh, so we uncovered this door. So now what happens is I have to go to the dungeon, and you go to the dungeon tile that matches your character. So it happens to be this one right here. So now, what's going to happen is, in order to get this one out, one of the other players either has to land on this space to let me out, or they just have to pass over it, and then I'll be free to move. So we have to remember where that keyhole is. So that's bad. So right now our pink player is in the dungeon. So we rolled the time thing, so we go this way, advance forward 1. Now, if we want to make this game more difficult, we can adjust to the time that we're starting on. We just put it on 12 for the purpose of demo. So we are at 1 right now. We rolled a 1. Let's see what we have over here. Okay, so we have an old lady ghost, or a lady ghost. My turn. So let's see. And if we end up with all 3 of our players in the dungeon, we're in trouble. Okay, let's see what this one is over here. Okay, that's one of the kids. All right. Trying to work my way over to letting the pink one out. 2. Oh no. That's all the way over. Which one is that one?
It is green, so it's right there.
Okay, so there we go.
I think there's only 2 keyholes, so these
Yeah,
2.
so we have to remember. Okay, so we know where they are at, so we just have to avoid them. Oh, now Chris just rolled the time, so we're advancing forward now. All right, let's see what he can do here. Give me a 2. So 1, 2. So this one now, I can let this, he can move. And this one we're going to flip over, and we have a Grandpa ghost. All right. So we have 2 of our guys can now move. 3.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
So
He's out. So.
this one's out and this one's out. So now the blue one's locked up. So we have to now that's a bad spot. 3. So Chris, if you go forward,
1.
no, we might want to go back towards it to let that one out.
True. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that one gets flipped over. This one gets flipped over too. We forgot to undo that one. Okay. Let's see, what can we do here? I have a 1. Let's go over here. We want to stay. All right. That's a kid. All right, so we have to get the blue one out of jail, out of the dungeon.
2. 1, 2.
Okay, very good. All right, so all of them are out and able to move around again. All right, Chris, your turn. So you rolled a 3.
1. 1. Wait. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. That's not going to help us very well, but that's okay. 2. Alright, we got that ghost right there. Alright. See if we remember where they're at. Oh, time. Time keeps
We're
on
all
ticking.
on a kid, but this one already got blasted.
Oh,
so.
we just rolled time again. Time keeps on ticking. That's already up to 4 now. I rolled a 1. Let's go this way and see what we have. This one is old man, old ghost. What do we have, Kaylee? A 1. That's an old one. Okay.
You should try to move the
All right, Chris. Let's see if we
yellow
can find an old ghost. That's a 3.
3. 1, 2, 3.
That's dungeon.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's okay. It's where we moved. So he's got to go to
Right there.
the dungeon. Okay, well that's not so bad because it's close. All right.
Sure.
Oh, the pink one.
All right. So we have to remember. We have to try to remember now where things are at. Okay. So we have a 1. I'm gonna go and let him out. There we go.
3.
3.
1, 2, 3.
That's the
Okay.
old one. Okay. 2.
2. 1, 2.
Let's see what that one is. I don't think that that's an old
kid.
ghost. Okay, it's a kid ghost. Okay.
Gotta move that pink one until it's an old man.
A 2. I'm gonna go 1, 2. Okay.
Oh, so.
Let's hope we get a 1.
Nope. Time.
Time.
Hopefully he gets a 1.
There's a
Okay.
2.
1, 2. Wait, no.
Yeah, there you go. What happened?
He's at the
Dun
center.
dun
You have to really
dun.
pay attention, Chris.
I know.
All right. Let's see what happens now. We are in the jail. I have a 1. I have to go up here now to go let him out.
1.
1. Okay. Lady ghost. We haven't seen a lady ghost in a little while now, have we?
Yeah. I think there's one over there somewhere.
Okay. A 2. Oh, that'll get us over to let her out.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Good. All right. I have a 1. I am going to move here to this one. That's the kid.
1, 2.
Okay, so that's the old.
We have to
Ghost.
move the pink one over to the
Okay, we need to
grandpa.
make sure that.
Over there.
Oh, there goes the time. I have a 2.
Move the-
Let's
we can
see.
move the pink one over there, and we'll be 1 away from the grandpa.
I'm gonna go 1, 2. So I don't remember what's here.
I know the dungeons are there. 2. 1, 2.
All right.
You better get a 1. Yeah,
There's a 1.
right there, and the grandpas will be gone.
Let's see. What's this one?
The
Oh, that's the lady. Okay. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, right there.
There's a 1.
You should probably move back.
I'm gonna go here. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Is it the old ghost? All right.
Now 2
1,
old ghosts
2.
are gone.
2. Oh yeah.
2 sets.
Okay, so
That's
we have to
all.
find 2 more sets of ghosts now.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, roll a die. Let's see. We got 2.
1. Wait. Yeah, 1, 2.
Okay. Let's see what we have here. Let's not roll a time. I have a 3. 1, 2, 3. Dun dun dun. Oh, it's lady. Hey, so there's a lady. We have to remember where the ladies are. Oh, time. Bum, ba-da-da-dum. It's up to 7 right
I
now.
remember where one lady is.
2.
2.
Okay.
1, 2.
That's the kid. Oh, which that one should be flipped over to? Yep.
Yeah.
I have a 1. Oh, there's a kid right here. So we've got 2 on the kids.
2.
2. Let's try and move the pink one, maybe.
Yeah. 2.
Okay.
Kids should probably be down here because I know that's like
Okay.
the dungeons.
So we remember where they are. That's a 2?
2.
Alright, so
1, 2.
yep.
Perfect.
Let's see what happens. Do we have it? Oh, yes. Alright.
I got it. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, it looks like we might be able to get this as long as as long as we don't roll a clock. We're okay. 2 spaces. 1, 2. There's 1 there.
Okay.
8. And that's-
0, 2. 1, 2.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
I have a 2. Three.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, there we go.
Lady.
All right, Chris, we need a 2. That's
One.
only a
We'll
1.
start
Okay.
moving
That's a
over.
1.
1.
Okay, let's see if we can do this. We need a 1. Oh, it's a clock. We're running out of time. It's a 1. Okay, and so we were able to complete that? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we were successfully able to capture all of the ghosts and blast them with our goo missiles. So this is how you play a Ghost Blaster. We played 3 players. Again, this is playing with the kids. I've got Kaylee and Chris with me here. And we wanted you to see how this game is played. All right, stay tuned for our thoughts on the game. All right, you had a chance to see how Ghost Blaster was played, and let's talk about it. First of all, let me talk about the artwork, because I really love how these ghosts are portrayed in this game. I think they're done in a fun way. It's not scary, yet it still comes across as we are in a haunted house. And production quality, again, with Haba, as always, you're going to have great components. Thick tiles, wooden pieces for the ghost hunters, and those neat acrylic discs for the goo missiles. And the nice thing is that they're translucent, so when you sit them down, you can see through them, and it looks like the ghost has in fact been slammed with goo. Now we get into the gameplay experience, and I have both positives and negatives about this one. First, let me talk about the positives. The positives are, this is a very, very family-friendly game and kid-friendly. Kids can play this. Once you show them how to play, they can play this one on their own. And it has 2 mechanics working for it, so it's not a simple game for young players. You have the memory aspect and you have the cooperative aspect. You put the 2 together and you have some really, really neat things. Especially being a cooperative memory game, you're going to develop this think tank, this little community think tank between the players. It's going to promote some table talk, and also it's going to be interesting because you're going to see how a team works together, because some of the players may not be as sharp in being able to recall things with memory, and you have some people that may be a little bit more able to remember things, and so they're going to balance each other out in playing this game. And so I really, really enjoy the fact that that is a central mechanism for this game, and I really, really like how it operates in Ghost Blaster. The other thing that I like about the game is that it is not punishing to you if you happen to uncover one of the tiles that's going to send one of the players to the dungeon. Because you're not controlling your own character. So it wouldn't be like, okay, you get sent to the dungeon and you're stuck there until somebody comes and lets you out. When your turn comes around again, you'll be able to move one of the other players. Now, hopefully you don't keep uncovering the same tile, because if all of your players end up in the dungeon, then the game is over and you're going to lose. But I don't find the game to be punishing that way. So I like the fact that you have these those things working for you, and like this community think tank, the memory aspect going on, and then also it's not punishing for young players if they choose that wrong tile. Now, criticism that I do have for this game, now you have to keep into perspective, I am 44 years old, and this game is rated for ages 5 and up. However, I do really see this game geared more towards the younger players, because when I played it with my niece and nephew, they are 7 and 9. My niece, even at 9 years old, was able to remember where things are, and so the game became rather simplistic. And so I don't really know how well this is going to work for older kids. I don't think it's going to be as fun of an experience as it would be playing with young kids. Doesn't mean that a family can't play it together, but it certainly is a lot more fun with the players on the younger side of the spectrum. And the other criticism that I have is that with the clock, the only time that the clock advances is if you roll that particular face on the die, the clock face, to make it advance forward. And so if you're based upon the roll of the die, and so sometimes that may never become a factor, and so you don't really feel that pressure to find the ghosts before you run out of time. Now, however, you can adjust the difficulty of the game by moving the clock forward, and that's what I would recommend that you're doing if you're playing with older kids, to kind of build some of the tension. So those are the only two things that I find as like negatives for Ghost Blaster. Overall, like I said, I find this to be really, really a game for younger kids. Now, again, from a family perspective, this is a really, really cool game for those younger players to be working on developing memory skills, because this is going to give you more than the straight up memory game of trying to flip things over, remember where they are, because you have the ghosts moving, you have the ghost hunters moving around the game board, and so you have that extra element in there. And it's also a cooperative game where you're working together, so I like that. This game, I would really think, works well in a homeschooling environment for developing those memory skills. And then also, this is a really cool one for classrooms, especially for your kindergarten, first and second graders. This makes a great activity for rainy days. And also, I'm filming this one in October. This is a great month to be playing Ghost Blaster with your little kids as a kind of Halloween-themed game. So, again, for me, I really see this one as being one for the families with younger kids, like kids that are at the lower end of the spectrum, 5, 6, 7 years old. I really feel this is where this game really, really performs best. Once after that, I found the game to be a little bit too simple. Anyways, that is Ghost Blaster from Haba Games, and join me again next time as we take a look at another game and we see how it makes it to the table. Bye-bye.